And being a hermit's fine if that's your thing, and asking your boss for a raise is something that you can do. But I want to give you guys tips that you can actually start applying today while also like having a social life. Worrying about your bill at the end of the night, trust me, I've been there, takes away from you enjoying that moment with your friends who are going to say things to you like, why aren't you drinking? Why aren't you spending money? You're only getting an appetizer at dinner. And welcome back to my channel. Today I have another money video for you guys. We're going to be talking about ways to save money that actually work, okay? I'm going beyond like all the BS advice, and I'm going to give you guys some real tips that I've implemented in my life that have helped me save money. So if you're familiar with my videos, you know that I am like brutally honest. I've been struggling in the past with my finances, with having debt, student debt, consumer debt a little bit as well. Basically spending beyond my means, not saving anything, lifestyle creep. I've experienced it all, okay? And I am still getting better, but this quarantine, I mean, part of it's because I haven't left the house, but I have never had so much money in my account. The feeling of having security, it's not about being rich, it's just like having security. Like, I'm not rich, and we're gonna talk about that in this video. But the security that you can feel by knowing that you have some money in savings, especially during these corona times, is, I really wanna use the word imperative, and I hope I'm using it properly. It's imperative. If you're new to my channel, hello, I'm Zoe. Make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss another video from me. I've got lots of finance content already up on my channel and way more coming up. I'm also filming a payday vlog today so you guys can see how I manage my money after getting paid. That's fun. So yeah, make sure that you are subscribed. Give this video a thumbs up because it helps the algorithm and makes me happy, and also just lets me know that you like finance videos. So it's really hot and humid in Montreal today, and let this be my first tip, you guys. Don't pay for air conditioning, okay? You can have a nice, big, voluminous hair like me and save your money by not paying for air conditioning. I hate paying for air conditioning. I just won't do it. You can see the edge of my air conditioner there, but she's off. She's not working today. Okay, so there is so much content on the internet about like how to save money, and believe me, I've watched a ton of it. But I just find a lot of it is like not that helpful, and it's not that applicable to your life. It's either like become a hermit and lock yourself in your house, or like make more money and go ask your boss for a raise. And being a hermit's fine if that's your thing, and asking your boss for a raise is something that you can do. But I want to give you guys tips that you can actually start applying today while also like having a social life. I think that's really important. So, bit of context, I'm 23 years old, almost 24. I live in Canada, in Montreal, so all the numbers that you're gonna be seeing, wait, that's for my other video. I do live in Canada though, and I work full-time as a consultant, and I also do YouTube that brings me, you know, a tiny bit of supplementary income. So that gives you a little bit about where I'm sitting. You can watch my other videos for more of like a glance into my finances. I'm very transparent in other videos, so you can check those out. I'll link one up top and down below as well. But let's get into the tips for today. Okay, you guys, so most finance videos that talk about saving money are gonna say, like I said, you know, cut down your expenses, like live in a cheaper apartment, or move back home with your parents, get a raise. Like, these are all things that are really good in the grand scheme of things, says me, who has a really expensive apartment and doesn't live with roommates, but that's my choice. And let me tell you, I know people who live with their parents and are broke. So I don't necessarily believe that you need to live in a shoebox in order to save money. I don't believe that you need to have a million roommates if that's not your thing. Like, it all comes down to paying for what makes you happy. So if living away from your parents, living by yourself is what makes you happy, then that is something that's worth spending your money on. Then you just need to cut back in other areas. Overall, I really believe a lot of young people in their late teens and 20s really have a problem with just overspending on food and on material items. So that's really where I want to talk about today. And this video is not going to tell you to stop going out with your friends. I'm just going to tell you guys some hacks that I've implemented into my life that allow me to still go out with my friends, still buy new clothes, still live, you know, the life that I want while just saving money. Okay, the first thing I want you to do, this isn't even a tip, this is just so important, will make the biggest difference. You need to evaluate who you are following on social media. Are you following people that all they do is promote shopping, 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 spending, spending, spending? I was following a ton of influencers, I was following a ton of fashion bloggers, and every outfit that I saw that I liked made me think, damn, I gotta get shorts like this, I gotta get a top like that, I gotta get jewelry like this. And obviously, you know, a lot of influencers are wealthy and they buy like the highest quality or the most designer things. I found myself coveting solid gold bracelets, Gucci bags, you know, all of these things that my little self cannot afford. And even if I had the money for it, there's probably better places I could be putting it. For me, that was my vice. For some people, it's houseplants. For some people, it's food. We need to be conscious of who we're following online because it makes such a difference in our spending habits. I sat down and I unfollowed pretty much all of the fashion bloggers that made me shop too much. Anyone who every single picture involved a designer item, goodbye. Anyone who was always posting like try on hauls on their stories like every single day or wish lists every single day, you guys know what I'm talking about, goodbye. And wow, what a difference that made. The next step is to replace those people with people who will contribute positively to your financial journey, let's call it. I have started following so many amazing finance pages. It all started with 2 cents from Julia. I've mentioned her before. I did an interview with her for her blog. And then following her, she would recommend other pages to follow. Another favorite of mine is called The Money Savant. I will post both of them as well as some of my other favorites in the description bar. Replacing, you know, that toxic influencer, girl, boy, whatever that you're following with these positive accounts is gonna make such a difference. And I'm not trying to throw shade on like influencers. You know, I post outfit pics too. I love clothes, but we all know those influencers who are just a little bit too much, and every time we look at their page, we don't feel good about ourselves, which gives us that itch to shop or that itch to go out for drinks or that itch to, you know, go out for a fancy dinner. And it's just not necessary. You don't need it in your life. So, you know, after this video or whenever you're feeling up for it, make a nice event out of unfollowing all those toxic accounts. It will make such a difference, you guys. Promise. So the number one culprit for money out the window is drinking alcohol. Alcohol is so expensive, and millennials, we have really found a way to justify spending like $25 on a cocktail that has like smoke coming out of it and a sprig of rosemary. And like, that's great, but it is just so absurd. A lot of my friends drink beer. I personally hate beer. And beer is like the cheapest thing you can get when you go out. So you can get 2 or 3 beers for the price of 1 cocktail. So in the past, I would go out and I would like splurge on a cocktail, and I wouldn't even be nearly as like tipsy as they are, but I'd be spending way more money. So here's my first tip, and I'm telling you guys, this isn't conventional. Get a drink you don't like. If you like beer, then good for you and get beer. But if you get a drink you don't like, you're gonna drink it slower, which means you're only gonna buy 1 for the rest of the night. What I like to do is get a cider because I don't hate it like the way I hate beer, but I don't love it. So I drink it really, really slowly, and then I only have that for the night, and then I end up leaving with just like a $7 bill as opposed to a $25 plus bill. The other option is, of course, just not to drink at all. However, I know that sometimes that's just not a realistic thing. Like, you wanna go for drinks with your friends, well, you know. In order to combat the only getting 1 drink, I recommend that you pre-drink if that's the kind of mood that you're going for. Have a pre-drink with your friends at your house, or, you know, take a shot before you leave and go meet up with your friends. I know that sounds really sketch, but you will save so much money this way and you get the same effect. Because really, if you think about it, what is the point of going out for drinks with friends? It's not to like indulge on the thing that you're drinking, and if it is the point, then go ahead and spend your money. But really, it's just to be with your friends and be in a setting, you know, a fun bar setting around other people with your friends. So what's in front of you and what's in the glass doesn't actually matter. What matters is that you're there and you're present. And worrying about your bill at the end of the night, trust me, I've been there, takes away from you enjoying that moment with your friends. So it really just defeats the whole purpose in You know what I mean? So I really recommend finding a way to make going out for drinks with your friends cheaper. Those are my tips. Let me see if I wrote anything else down. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, one thing that's really unfortunate, I think, about, you know, being in your 20s and maybe just our society in general, is that there is a lot of pressure from other people to drink or to spend money, which brings me to what I want to talk about next, is what to tell people when you want to be spending money and when you want to be a little bit more frugal. So there's different people that you're going to encounter who are going to say things to you like, why aren't you drinking? Why aren't you spending money? You're only getting an appetizer at dinner. And here are some tricks that you can tell them. And I recommend just finding the trick that works for you. I have the one that works for me. Some people don't agree with it, but this is straight up what I say. I say, you know what? I'm a cheap bitch. I'm saving my money. I am a cheap bitch. I don't want to pay for a bunch of drinks tonight. Nope, saving my money. For me, I like that because I think it matches a little bit with my sarcastic personality. And it's something that I'm just like confident saying, being a little bit self-deprecating, just keeps people out of my business. I don't like to say, oh, you know, I'm being mindful with my money, because then it just opens up this conversation that, depending on the person, I'm not, you know, wanting to have. But for some people, they're really confident in that answer, and that's what they like to say. They say, you know what, I'm just being more mindful with my money. I don't want to spend on drinks tonight. So those are two really good things to say. You've got, you know, the not so politically correct one, I'm a cheap bitch. And you have, you know, I'm just being more mindful with my money. Both of them, I think, convey the same message. It's just, you know, different delivery. Something else that I once did that was so helpful is when I was doing a no spend challenge, I told people, I was like, look, I would love to come to the bar with you. I'm not going to get anything because I'm doing a no spend challenge. And people will not pressure you when you tell them you're doing a challenge. In fact, they'll kind of do the opposite and be like, yeah, don't spend anything. Keep up with your challenge, because people like to motivate each other when they're doing challenges. The other thing that can happen with this is people might end up just paying for stuff for you, which is great. But like, don't take total advantage of your friends, and probably chances are you're not going to be on a no spend challenge forever. But especially when you're beginning like your money saving journey, let's say, doing a no spend challenge is a really good way to just get kickstarted. And then you can tell your friends or your coworkers or whoever's hounding you about, you know, spending money. You just say, look, I'm doing a no spend challenge. I'd love to go to the mall with you, but I'm just going to window shop. If you are interested in doing a no spend challenge, I did one in February. I will link it down below. Quarantine is the perfect time to do one because where are we going anyway? So I will link that video down below. There's lots of resources and sort of how-tos in it. Okay, on this subject of others, sometimes your friends can be a problem, but for the most part, if you have good friends, they can actually be such a blessing. If you get your friends on board with your money saving journey, you guys can just support each other and help each other, and there's honestly nothing more beautiful than that. I feel like a lot of my friends and I, we used to egg each other on about shopping and going out, and now we've sort of all tightened the grip on our wallets, and we love to talk about saving money together. So we say, oh, come over to my house, we'll save so much money, instead of going out, or like, let's pre-drink so that we can save money. And it really becomes like a bonding activity with your friends. So I really recommend opening up to the friends that you're close with about, you know, your money saving efforts. Get them on board and use them also as accountability partners. So that's if, you know, you feel like buying something or you're feeling pressured to spend, having this friend that you can call and say, hey, you know, I'm thinking about buying AirPods. Can you please talk me off this ledge? True story. Then they're there for you. And the other thing with this is having these accountability partners. Not only can they be your partner for not spending money, but they can be your partner for saving money too. So my last note on this is we really need to move away from making spending money and going out our only ways to socialize. Like, I'm sure you guys can all relate. You know, we have those friends that we've just fallen into this habit of like socializing becomes, hey, let's go for drinks. Hey, let's go for dinner. Hey, let's go shopping. And there's no need to really do that. And I think that is a big lesson that this isolation taught me, is like, let's go hang out in the park. Let's go to the grocery store, get some cheese and crackers, get a cheap bottle of wine, and hang out in the park. Or hang out at my house. You know, there's so many ways that we can be social and hang out with the people that we love that don't involve spending as much money. And I really just think it's such a great thing if we can bring it back to, you know, the roots. And like I talked about earlier in the video, what is the main point of you going out for drinks with your friends? Well, it's to spend time with your friends. So sometimes you do want to be in that bar ambiance, you know, maybe you want to like meet people, whatever, but sometimes you just want to have a conversation with your friends, and what better place to do that than your kitchen or your living room. So you guys, those are the main tips that have helped me save so much money lately. Like if friends ask me to hang out, I say, yeah, I'm so down to hang out with you, but I'm a cheap bitch, let's hang out at my house. Amazing. I've also managed to hit some of my savings goals because of having friends as accountability partners. So it's really, really amazing. Trust me guys, these tips work. I know these were a little unconventional, but I mean, you know, if you want a more conventional video, they're already out there for you. So I don't need to duplicate content that's already on YouTube. Some other tips that are just like some last minute things to keep in mind are when you're shopping online, wait like 48 hours before actually pressing purchase. Because that will allow you to really have a think, okay, is this something I really want? If you can't stop thinking about it, chances are you do really want it. And if you forget about it, well, don't buy it. Another thing that really helped me is unsaving my credit card from my computer. When your credit card information is just like already saved, it's so easy just to mindlessly click and be like, oops. So take it out, make sure that when you're about to buy something, you have to like get up, get your credit card, and that little walk will also cause you to think like, hey, is this actually something I want to spend money on? Something else I've started doing is borrowing books from friends. So I'm really trying not to spend money on books anymore. If there's a book I'm looking for, I will post in the Facebook group for my condo, see if anyone has it, because we can't go to the library right now, or ask my friends if they have any good books that I can borrow. Books are really expensive, and while I do think that they're a beautiful thing to, you know, contribute to the authors who wrote them, if you're trying to save money, go to the library or, you know, join a neighborhood Facebook page, ask your parents, ask your friends to share books with you. I used to love getting my nails done. My nails are naked right now, and I'm just trying to go more minimalist with any treatments that I do. I used to get my eyebrows threaded. I've since let my eyebrows grow out. What you gonna do? I haven't done my nails, and I just think it's really important to sit back and think about, okay, what are my priorities? Right now in isolation, having my nails done just isn't a priority, so I don't want to spend my money on it. I'd rather save it for something else. If it is a priority for you, that's cool. Think about what else you can cut out after that. Okay, you guys, so that is everything for my video. I hope this was helpful. Let me know any of the tips that you implement. I've been getting so many messages from you guys saying that, you know, you've been inspired to work on your finances a bit more. And I've also gotten so many messages from you guys with tips to help me, because I've told you guys, you know, how bad I am at times. So thank you to both. Keep up the good work on your finance journey, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye. Do anything for the cash.